Malaysia is not really used in our server, and vice versa.
Well, the question here is when you're trying to break down a fight, there is really that curiosity of how would you approach it if you have no idea what's revolving around the minds of the players. If are they like
Your
drafting
team is banning.
or playing to show something, or because the default whenever you shoutcast a game, whenever you see a fight, especially if it starts on the drafting side, you always when you try to analyze it, you always start with how will they win? How will they win? Because every team anyway, whenever they go into a match, even in a non-esports match or just a casual match, you always think, how will we win? How will we win? So, but
The winning
I'm not-
conditions of the draft.
so I'm not so sure if that is the case for that game one, for that earlier game one. But we'll see, because there is clearly a demand now for Sunsparks to win for this game number 2. We are playing on a best of 3 series, right?
Yes.
This is a best of 3 series. So if we're gonna be rolling on a best of 3 series, that is a match point
Your
advantage
team is
for the Malaysian, to the Geek Fam MY team. And no matter what is the result of the match, no matter what is the background or what happened, if my Selena gets killed by the Alucard as first blood, that is what's gonna be recalled. So if Sunsparks, no matter what picks, no matter whatever, Sunsparks got 2-0'd here.
Yeah.
FPL MY, that's it. That's the headline. That's the news.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I agree with you. I think that's more than it.
Esmeralda. Your team is picking.
I think Wolf, you accidentally muted.
Muted yourself?
Really? All right. So there it is.
Again, for your point again, yes?
Okay. Yeah. That's true. I mean, no. When it comes to show matches, or at least these kinds of, you have to forget what you know about the esports itself. It's more about what sticks, right? The
Yes.
memory of the viewers or for everyone. I mean, you can argue, no, it's just a show match, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's written, right?
Yeah.
It's the news.
But regardless, everything to what happens here, it's going to leave an impact to everyone, to
That's
the
right.
viewers, to the watchers, even to us casters, because
Yeah,
this is what makes things, interesting, or the spice.
right.
However, but I will not forget, however, your play.
So
Shifu.
let's hear, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. First blood Alucard, ladies and gentlemen. That would be a nice legacy to leave in MLBB.
Yeah.
Right.
Why not?
So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have the drop already rolling in for our screen. Actually, we are now onto the second rotation of our batch, and still the link, interestingly,
Your team
was
is banning.
was chosen for the third pick. I think Geek Fam MY has no plans of actually just banning the Ling here. So that might be a
loving the
message
confidence,
towards
really.
Sunsparks. Yeah, I love the confidence from Geek Fam MY, but they still have they're still leading towards very stable compositions here, with the exception of a reduction to the front lines, to the frontline centric composition of Geek Fam in that game 1. They've removed the Uranus, they've removed the Grok, right? For the side here of Sunsparks. So that leaves a different element of how Geek Fam MY will approach their front line. Now they're putting up Esmeralda along with the Baksha for that
Your
earlier
team
first pick.
is
So you guys, you're seeing the draft right now. It's getting closer and closer to be complete. What are your thoughts? What are your not the predictions, but what do you think is the trend here, the approach of these two teams?
It's generally the same, at least for Sunsparks. This is the standard play. I think that they banned the Uranus because it was the real problem for them in that previous game. To go with the Kufra, which I think will be now picked by Geek Fam, and there it is, along with the Roger. So yeah, pretty standard stuff for both teams. I'm still seeing a lot of trouble for the Sling, but maybe this is the time where they can do the systematic approach on how they win the games, if they do so. Or maybe just scratch everything that I said and go for all-out chaos, just all-out try to play your opponents.
Yeah.
That might be the thing now, for at least for Sunsparks.
Yeah.
Lucky Dagushon, you're getting siya.
Yeah. For the side of Geek Fam Malaysia, still really sticking to a more durable and stable composition, similar to game number 1. And yeah, why pick something that's not even broken, still hovering up that Roger pick, similar to our game 1. And like we've said, okay, the Uranus was banned out by Sunsparks, but was replaced with still another sturdy hero. So it's still the same mostly for Geek Fam. For the side of Sunsparks, however, I would agree with Wolf here. It's either it's two things: the systematic one or the.
Okay, so this is going to be game
so ladies
number
and
2.
gentlemen, it's game 2.
Okay, so
All right,
ladies
so
and
yeah, we'll
gentlemen,
be your casters.
yeah, we are going to be your shoutcasters. I am Butters. I'm with Yuko. And Yuko, what are your thoughts? You've heard how the panel, handled the picks and bans, and what are your thoughts about this certain setup that Sunsparks did and the certain adjustments that they made coming into game number 2?
So first off, I'm gonna have to say that we are not in sync at all, given that this is an online cast. But I would have to say that they have the same draft except for the Selena, but now they are in their actual roles. And as I was speaking, Kilowatt was actually able to secure that first blood. So okay, this could be the momentum that Sunsparks was missing out or wasn't able to secure in game 1. Just like Wolf said, he wants to see a game 3. I honestly want to see a game 3 as well. So let's see what will happen. But this is the early game, so we are just gonna keep it slow and steady. Also, I would like to give a quick shout out to my mom, as well as to Johan, to Ricky Roy, to Joe, and to Pao Islao. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Do not forget to share the live stream. But look at that! Rafflesia was able to take out that Valir, and looks like they still want more blood. Roger was able to take out one person, though Greed able to take out that Kufra. But is the reinforcements too late? Looks like these 3 members from Sunsparks are still going all out. They cannot actually resist that early game damage. They don't care, they're just playing around. But no, Kilowatt actually got taken out. Greed able to dash out by just the skin of his teeth.
Just the skin of his teeth, indeed. And Soren here will get caught out by that abyssal arrow. Rumpel just staying there, just trying to give a certain amount of backup to his ally. And KLVJ and the others, JP, they're really just trying to, have a good time in terms of farming. They didn't have the liberty of doing this into game number 1. So what they did was they really just tried and take it down right now. But Dominus is gonna get caught out by that certain abyssal arrow. It won't be enough to take him down. But Sunsparks here, they're really getting the hang of this certain show match. Game number 1 didn't really look great for them, but with their fixed roles and setups, they might actually just take us to a game number 3.
They can and they should. I don't want to end the game, or end the series rather, with a 2-0. Esmeralda still got taken out by the Thumbs. You know what? That's a good thing, because mid to late game, if that Esmeralda snowballs, she can literally just use her ultimate onto anyone. Looks like someone got stunned there. That was actually Greed. Oh no, he actually got taken out. JP with that Ling. What will you do? He was able to take out Valir. Greed trying to make sure that other members are being zoned out while his other teammates are actually taking out the members from Geek Fam. Looks like that Kufra jumped in, but Ling with that ultimate able to take out that sword. Nice micro coming in from JP right there. He got stunned, but the damage is actually not enough for Fisher, receiving a lot of damage, but he was able to go back under the turret safety, but still got taken out by the Roger. Okay, in game 1, we saw Roger getting 5 kills at the 8-9 minute mark, but now it's just almost 4 minutes. He's already 5-0. So Sunsparks, please do something about this. But they were able to get the turtle.
Now, it's the turtle game that's really gonna settle the score between the early game setups that they made. They have arts on that Esmeralda with a 0-3-2, and he really needs that certain turtle take. But to his dismay, it will go to the side of Sunsparks, and he has to wait 90 more seconds for the next iteration of that objective. But right now, JP, he is top 1 Ling in the Philippines. So you can't really, just give out this Ling and expect to go out unscathed and have an easy game. It was KLBJ who used him on game number 1. It didn't really work, but for game number 2, JP is just happy that he has one of his best heroes on his hands.
Even a joke that they're gonna name JP's offspring Ling. He's that good with Ling. By the way, Kilowatt go 1v1 here at the bot lane, but looks like he actually has reinforcements coming in. Valir just there at the sides. Roger forced to go back. He does not want to jump into something that he isn't sure that he is gonna win. That's 4 members from Sunsparks right now at the pit area, but Soren just giving vision to his team.
It's going to be Ling de la Cruz for the baby of JP. Just kidding. It's not going to be named Ling de la Cruz. It has another name. I forgot, Yuko, if you probably know about it. But JP is a new daddy just in time for Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everyone. But father time here for JP is just trying to take down Arts. Arts having the bit of protection coming out from his armor. But yeah, it wouldn't really matter because he's just gonna get forced out. Dominus here will be the next target. And look at this, Tempest of Blades, well timed. JP here just going for the pokes. He will keep on poking and the damage will be enough to take down Rumpel. Rumpel, on the other hand, will just answer with his own flicker, and Zorn here with the TPs, the recalls, and Raflesia and him having a good time. The only difference is Raflesia will just bail out with the squid.
Well played.
I mean, that's actually really cute. They just TP'd onto each other's faces before they went with their own businesses. Turtle already being slain by JP. So, okay. Things are looking pretty well for the funnel hero from Sunspark sides. Let's see what is going to happen next. Toms, I believe, will try to go one-on-one again with this Roger. But, of course, Sorn with that first kill coming from Baksha. Nah, you're not going to get away that quickly. One Abyss Hour coming from Greed. He dashes in. He wants to get and take out that Roger. Sword is the one that got taken out first, though, and this battle being picked up by Kilowashi right here, and these two are just being underturned, and JP doesn't care. He actually jumped in, and that is kill after kill coming over for Sunsparks. Look at the bodies hitting the floor from the side of Geek Fam. Only Valir is the only one left alive. For none in favor of Team Sunsparks. 7 is to 15 for the kill score right now.
P is staying there trying to take down Dominus. Dominus here will probably go down. He does have the flicker, but it won't really matter as JP will just preemptively dash in, poke him, and they try to take down the turrets. The defense coming out here for the side of Geek Fam. Geek Fam here, they take out the minion waves. At least they will stop the push from there. But KLVJ is just, toying with them, just trying to damage them a bit, push them back a bit so that there is a bit of a leeway here for the side of Sunsparks to push again, while KLVJ here is probably just waiting for the right time to throw out the last insanity into their faces. And Yuko, how do you fight this if you're Geek Fam? I mean, if game 1 was one-sided, game number 2 is definitely one-sided as well. And Rumpel here trying to bounce out of trouble. Literally not gonna work as KLVJ goes in with the last insanity. But KLVJ here, he will be assisted by his teammates. JP, on the other hand, Tempest of Blades. And people from Geek Fam aren't going down easily, but they are not stopping this siege.
True, and well, this is the Sunsparks that we know. If they're not just steamrolling onto your faces, they're not Sunsparks. If we saw them struggling or maybe just being very chill in game 1, it's not the same here for game 2. Look at that last insanity being committed right there on the turn, but looks like they just want to end the game almost immediately, and that Ling hurts a lot, but Toms does get taken out. Will Sunsparks be able to end this? Looks like they just want to, and we shall see what is their game plan, and that is going to be game 2 coming over to Sunsparks. We have a 1-1, ladies and gentlemen.